welcome to Tootie Talks. I know it is late, but I'm like, I cannot let another day go by without getting on here and saying something, okay? Let me just check my sound because things have been crazy. And I'm trying to be more consistent. So I'm like, if I make myself get on here today, then, you know, hopefully it'll, push me to get on for the rest of the days. First off, let me send out condolences to my friend. She lost her husband of over 20 some years. This one of my best friends since eighth grade. And so condolences to her. She just, sent them off, did his home going on Saturday. So I want to get that out the way. So let's see what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about, of course, Jada Pinkett Smith and the Will Smith situation. So I'm not gonna do clickbait, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all right up front what I think about it, even though that's gonna be the last subject we discuss. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're looking for me to say Jada the problem, I'm not. I don't believe Jada's the problem. I know that that's the consensus for the majority, but I don't think she's the problem. Okay, even in most marriages, when there's a problem, it's each partner has a part to play. But I really think it's Will, y'all. Now I know everybody finna disagree, but that's my opinion. Okay, so let's do this update first. First we're gonna start off with Sergio Brown update on his case. Then we're gonna go to Miss Cheez-Its Carlee Russell with the update on her case. And then we're gonna talk about Jada Pinkett. And then coming up for this week, I want to still go over all those. It's gonna be old subjects, y'all. It's gonna be old trending topics. But I want to still go over them and talk about them and then add whatever else is trending, hopefully for this week. So hopefully I'll be on here more often when I'm trying to get my life together, okay? So let's start with, did I say Sergio first? If I didn't say Sergio, I'm going to start with Sergio first. Because Sergio Brown, he's the ex NFL player, and his mom have went missing. I don't know if y'all remember the story. I'm gonna read you the article, and the article is from CNN.com. But just a summary: his mom had went missing. Him and his mom had went missing. The family had reported them both missing because they wasn't able to get in touch with them. So then they went out to the mom house because Sergio was living with his mom, and they went out to the mom house. And the family looked for her. They didn't find her. They went back out again, and they ended up finding her body in a creek behind her house. Then Sergio wasn't found. He was still missing. He went on it on one of his social media and was like, "Oh, he pretty much sounded like he was delusional because he was saying that, the FBI was after him or Maywood police because Maywood is the suburbs of Chicago. This is what is happening at the west suburbs of Chicago." Then he was saying that his mom ain't dead and it was all fake news. And then I want to say maybe a couple of days later he went back on there and he was saying just keep fishing, just keep fishing. And they guess it was in reference to the police looking for him. Now he was finding little who's that, Finding Nemo. So that's this update that I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna just read the article because they found him coming back in from Mexico, arrested him and shipping him on to Maywood. So yeah, I didn't check the volume. I'm hoping y'all can hear me. Yes, okay. Yeah, I can hear. And I know it's late. So I'm gonna try to go through it, and most people are gonna catch this on the replay unless y'all up late like me. Y'all know, if y'all know I'm a mama. But on Sundays when they tell you that the project is due, it is 8 o'clock. And I was like, I know you didn't. That's why I'm up so late. So I was like, let me get on him. Now, let me make sure that I'm sharing. Can y'all see I'm sharing? Yes, okay. So, and this is, like I said, this is from CNN.com because I'm sharing it in the fair use. Let me put that banner up too. Make sure that's up. So police says Former NFL player Sergio Brown will face murder charges in the killing of his mother. Here's what we know. And that's Sergio Brown, the Colts that he used to play for. So, former NFL player Sergio Brown has been missing since his mother was found dead last month. He has been arrested and expected to face a first-degree murder charge in the killing once he is extradited from California to Illinois, police said. Police in the Chicago suburbs of Maywood, Illinois, issued a arrest warrant for Brown in connection with the killing of his 73-year-old mother, Myrtle Brown. Her body was discovered in a creek on September 16th, police said. Brown, who had traveled to Mexico, was taken into custody by Mexican authorities and deported to San Diego, where he was arrested on Tuesday. A law enforcement source familiar with the investigation told CNN. The retired athlete is now awaiting extradition from San Diego to Maywood, where he will face the murder charges, police said. CNN has been unable to determine whether Sergio Brown has legal representation. Here's what we know. Brown's mother was found dead near their shared home. Both Sergio and Murder Brown was reported missing on September 16th by relatives who became concerned after they have not been able to find or contact the pair, police said. That day, police went to search the home Sergio and Murder shared and found the mother's body near a creek not far from the residence, authorities said. Murder Brown had died from injuries sustained during an assault, and her death was ruled a homicide, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. 3 days after murder bodies was found, police told CNN they were aware. Oh, my mouth already dry. They was aware of at least one video circulating on social media that appears to show Sergio Brown in a tropical location, rambling about fake news and claiming he thought his mother was on vacation. It is not clear where or when the video was taken. Police did not confirm to CNN the person in the video is Sergio Brown and said they was investigating the video authenticity. Last week, Murder Brown family released a statement urging officials to advance the case and saying police had significant evidence to make an arrest. No family should bear the weight of uncertainty regarding the circumstances of their loved one passing, the family statement said. The family said they had not been in contact with Sergio Brown since his disappearance. Sergio Brown, 35, had been retired from professional football for several years. He played for Notre Dame before signing with the New England Patriots as an undrafted free agent in 2010. He then played 7 seasons in the NFL as a member of the Patriots, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Buffalo Bills. Brown caused a disturbance on his deportation flight, source said. Mexican law enforcement officer had known Brown whereabouts since at least September 19th. And man, the Maywood police was looking for him since September 16th. So Mexicans knew where he was since September 19th. The Mexican officials. Okay, since September 19th, but was not able to deport him until Illinois authorities obtained a warrant for his arrest, the law enforcement source told CNN. But Brown transfer to the U.S. did not go off without a hitch. The former pro footballer created a disturbance on an extradition flight transporting him from Mexico City to Tijuana, which prompted the pilot to threaten to remove him from the plane, the source said. What? If they extraditing him, he want to be removed. I would have kept talking this stuff. Oh, remove me? He knowing he coming back to face charges. What type of threat is that? He just smiling on his mug. What is up with people smiling like him and Carlee? But at least Carlee's stuff wasn't, as serious as this. Nobody lost their life. He just once across the border in San Diego, Brown was taken into custody with the assistance of local and federal law enforcement, Maywood police said. San Diego Sheriff Department inmate record indicate Brown is being held by the agency on a felony fugitive arrest warrant and is scheduled to appear in court on November 13th. U.S. interstate extradition laws require a hearing to be Hell is the defendant does not waive extradition, meaning a court may need to sign off on Brown removal from California to Illinois. Murder Brown, remembered as a caring and outgoing. Murder Brown family said the killing of their beloved matriarch has forever altered the course of our life. Murder was a beautiful, loving, and inspirational soul that made everyone around her feel like they matter. With her contagious smile and personality, our loss of Myrtle has left an indescribable void not only in our life but in our community, the family said in a statement. Her other son, Nick Brown, told CNN last month that his mother left with a piece of wisdom that has become invaluable after her death. Mom always told me tough times don't last. And our last conversation about tough times being temporary is a beacon of hope, Nick Brown said. Mom, thank you for being strong, caring, diligent, funny, and saving my art. I won't let you down. The family said it is grateful for the outpouring of support as they seek justice for Murder Brown. Let us work together to turn this tragic loss into a force for positive change and justice, the family said. So yeah, that's the end of that story. Y'all see the picture here of her. The brother Nick Brown, he has a Instagram account, and I want to say it's Nikki Brown is the name. And you see that his mama, when he say fancy, baby, she always was dressed to the T, and they had the matching purse, matching shoes. And I said, mama would, you could tell. And he said a contagious smile. You could tell that she had her style and was fashionable. And she was 73, even though she don't look it. So condolences to that family. Now, y'all, let's move on to Carlee Russell with her smiling mugshot. I said, I'm gonna see if she gonna continue smiling now that she didn't got found guilty. And mm, I think she's still out though. I would say on appeal, but she was found guilty. I said, let's see if that next mugshot where you go in and then you go, do your case, and they give you some actual time. Is that mugshot gonna be smiling too? I want to see because they need to put it up before and after, and then have it. It was this at this moment that you realize you effed up. Let's read this update against Carlee Russell, the Jesse Smollett, the 2023 Jesse. But even though Jesse is still saying he ain't guilty. So Carlee Russell, found guilty in kidnapping hoax, will have to pay $18,000 in restitution. Now this one is taken from CBS42.com. Carlee Russell, a nursing student who made international news when she faked her own kidnapping over the summer, was found guilty of the false report. During a municipal court hearing Wednesday, Judge Brad Bishop found Russell guilty of filing a false police report and falsely reporting an incident where she reported seeing a child walking along I-59 before she went missing on July 13th. Now y'all remember she said she saw a white baby with the white t-shirt and the white diaper, y'all, and she followed them for like 8 football fields and stuff. So she was like, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now Carlee, I believe she should pay institution. She should have to pay restitution to the court system. But do y'all believe that the time was too much? Was it not enough? Because I also, even though this is, yeah, that's me, just over here, just beep, 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 beep. Now, even though the time, now I didn't got all types of stuff going on. Even though the time that she was given, right? I want to say it's on a year. I'm gonna finish reading and get to the time that she was given. I also think back into all the Karens out there that you just seen and called the police on and reporting false things, even though they're gonna be like, well, one, because this is what everybody been saying. Well, there was this one lady who got arrested. One, if we really gonna say one. So my personal opinion, I was like, like maybe some probation, maybe some house arrest or whatever. I think that smiling in that thing, which maybe the law enforcement, you sitting up there laughing or some not laughing, but smiling in your mug shot, and I'm quite sure the judge didn't seen it. They like, oh, you think it's a game? You think it's a game? So he probably would have, for her not having a record, being a nursing student and things of that nature, he probably would have just let off on some probation. I also thinking that since you're a nursing student and you got to file for at the board from the state that you're from, that you're a nurse at, and now what you're gonna do? Because this may affect your ability to get your license, or it may take away your license to with your job. Even though your parents are well off, I don't know if they're gonna take care of you for the rest of your life. What you gonna do if they take away your nursing thing, your nursing license? But let me finish reading this story, y'all. I be getting off subject, okay? But on July 15th, I'm gonna go back. The judge found her guilty of filing a false police report and falsely reporting the incident where she reported saying a child walking along I-459 before she went missing on July 13th. On July 15th, she walked back to her home in Hoover where she told police that she had been abducted. However, after days long investigation by police into Russell's statement, she admitted she had made the whole thing up. Bishop ordered Russell to pay $831 for each misdemeanor charge, as well as over $17,000 in restitution. She is also facing up to a year in jail on the charges. Russell, who pleaded not guilty in the case, will appeal the decision to the circuit court. Following the hearing, Russell attorney Emery and Anthony explained that why they have decided to appeal the case. We stipulated and appealed the case, and the reason behind it was that they're trying to ask for jail time, which we totally disagree with, Anthony said. So, in fairness, there's no need of having a trial here, knowing their position. So, we had stipulated and appealed the case, and we're start anew in the Bessemer Circuit Court. So that's it. So they pretty much said they had to go through it as a formality, like go through it and get the guilty thing just so they can go through appeals. Because from what it sounded like, it was like the DA was like, "No, she gonna do some jail time." Like you know how they'll offer you a plea deal or whatever, and they like, "No, it's gonna be some mandatory jail time. She shouldn't have smiled in that mug shot. Now she think it's a game. She trying to play us like we some." I go and say nothing like that. But that's my interpretation. That's what I feel like happened. That they like, no, she in here laughing. She trying to make us look foolish on national news. She's smiling in her mugshot like this a game. You think it's a game? So they like, now she gonna have to do some jail time. And her attorney like, come on, man, come on. Only Jesse wasn't even sentenced to a year. How y'all gonna get her a year? She was only missing for what 3 days. 3 days, you know what I'm saying? Just let her pay this little money, put a slap her ankle bracelet on or whatever. Let her do a little probation. They was like she shouldn't have been smiling, and so then, it was like, well, we're just gonna appeal it anyway because the attorney, the DA, was probably like, she's gonna be found guilty, whether it's from a juror or from the judge. Everybody gonna find her guilty. So they were like, well, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and go through this because it's the formality. We got to go to court and get the guilty plea in order for us to appeal it. So that's pretty much what happened. They went to court, got the guilty plea just for the attorneys to go around and appeal it. So I said, I want them to arrest her again. I want to see them before and after, if she actually had to do some time. And like I said, I'm crossed up between it because do I feel like she should? I feel like there should be consequences, but a year, I don't know about a year. I think a year is too much. I think the consequences of the just anything she found guilty of, um, and her losing her nurse's license that you done went to school and everything to get, because nursing school is not a easy thing to go through. So that alone should have put some should have let her open her eyes and be a little sorry. I mean, you had to smile like that on the photo. You could have been like, you could have held it just for them to snap the picture. She probably got some photos where she wasn't smiling, but the police like, we even put this out here. You finna waste our time. We're gonna let everybody know how you think this is a joke. Now, y'all, let's yeah. Now, of course, everybody been talking about Jada. And let me see if I can find an article, y'all, because it was a whole article about how people now feel like Jada, Jada Pickett is toxic. So, of course, Jada got a new book coming out on October 17th. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all if y'all want me to go over this book because I done pre-ordered the audio, the audio version. I done pre-ordered it because that way I can listen. I ain't gonna say at work, but I can listen while I'm doing other things and take note and then come back and review it, maybe chapter by chapter or however many chapters I can get through within a certain time. But I didn't review Will Smith. So he had his book out. He had his book out a couple years ago. His toxic. I'm trying to find that article where they call her toxic. It's News Weekly. That's what it says. Jada Pickett being labeled toxic. That's the News Weekly article. But I said, Will Smith had a book out too. I want to say he came out with that a couple of years ago. That he came out with his book, and it was pre-slap Will. So so I'm like, because if I review Jada Pickett, I feel like it's fair. It's only fair to review his too, because I have been saying that I do not feel like Jada Pickett is the problem because there's just certain things that I have picked up on interactions between Jada and Will. Like it was and this is pre-entanglement, I want to say too. But she was doing a live for her red table talk. Me and my husband had a discussion about it. He's like, "Did you see that?" He and I said, "Well, men and women think completely different," because he was like, "Oh, it was at a line for Jada to." She was recording, and Will was like, "Didn't I tell you don't put me on your?" Let me see, because y'all know I be putting stuff in my own voice and words. But Will pretty much was like, don't put me on camera without asking me. And Jada like, here we go. Because what it was, she was talking about a lady, a therapist she was having coming to the red table talk. Will was there. She was like, yeah, Will, I'm telling the people about, the therapist that I got coming. And Will like, then I say, don't put me on camera without asking for my permission. And she's like, well, look how good this therapist did. And I'm like, that right there. I said, that right there for me, I thought that was completely embarrassing to your wife. You know she laughed. You know she got either thousands, millions, or whatever following. And all you had to say was, yeah. No, you went to be completely embarrassed this lady. Like, no, no. Did I tell you, people in me on your life? Like, steady trying to fake it off. I want to see if I could find this. I should have had it loaded up, but I wasn't even planning on talking about it. So still trying to figure not to put me on camera. Let's see if it pops up that way because I don't want to go through all her lives and things like that. There's a is it don't use me for clout video. I think this might be it. If I can, let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna share, but I don't know if it's it or not, but I'm gonna share it and see. We gonna find out together, okay? If it load, we got ads loading up, but I'll continue on with the Newsweek article, right? because I wanted to see the interview, see if I have the interview where she says that, her and Will, this is what started all of it, that her and Will was separated. Did it play? Really? Now you want to act up? No. Yeah, I'm trying to hit refresh. Okay, I'm gonna just move on to something else until this thing load up. It's probably them telling me to go to bed. It's God. Go on, go to bed. You know you got to work in the morning. I may have to exit out of everything. My computer then froze up on me, y'all. I don't even know if y'all still hear me. It completely froze. Yep, there's no way for me to. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing completely froze. I'm hoping that y'all can still hear me because my computer has completely and totally froze. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Y'all can still hear me, but my computer is completely and totally froze. So I have no control over the things. So hopefully I come back. It's late, so I won't be coming back today. I'm gonna change the title because I'm gonna address the Will Smith. I'm start over and address the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. But before I do that, before I get out of here, y'all also put it in the comments whether or not y'all think that is the toxic one or Jada is the toxic one, or you just believe that somebody been together for that long. It's a little bit of both. And I'm gonna have my different little articles because besides that, besides that video of Will saying that, right? Besides that, I said I don't understand why Jada is the one being blamed. It's always like even when Will Smith like slapped the slapped Chris Rock like that at the Oscars. It was like, well, it was Jada's fault and she said him. I'm like, how is the woman always getting blamed for the man action, right? That's it. So I'm like, so are we still we still gonna be mad at Jada, even though they've been separated. They were separated at least a year before the August I think things happened. A year, maybe two, before the before the entanglement happened. But we met at Jada. But Will was the one over there with them Oscar swell tears that made the memes like he was so sad and everybody just like, look at Jada, this uh, demasculating this man. Look at Jada making Will look like a fool again. Look at Jada. So we ain't gonna now y'all mad that they was broken up. So we ain't gonna be like, oh, okay. It wasn't Jada making. We ain't gonna say nothing about Will not coming out and saying it in the interview either. We just gonna be quiet about that part, huh? And then she said, "There's also we're gonna discuss it." She also came out and said, doing the Oscar thing, of course, because they were separated. She didn't know that was that Will was gonna do that, and she looked over and asked him, like, "You okay?" Because they ain't living together. They've been separated for I want to say at least 7 years. So she didn't think he'll react like that either. And then she was like, she haven't heard him call her his wife in years. So she looked at him like, Negro. I said, then also, y'all, it was a lot going on with this Will and Jada stuff. I wish I could get to it to show y'all. But also, she come out and said that Chris Rock had asked her out on a date. In previous years, when it was rumored that her and Will was getting a divorce, Chris Rock had called her and asked her on a date, and she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh well, I heard you and Will, was going through a divorce. I wanted to know if you'd like to go out on a date with me." And she was like, "Oh well, me and Will ain't going through no divorce." And he was like, "My bad, no offense. That's what I thought was happening." And that's it. So I was like, "Oh, so we ain't gonna say that Will was jealous, huh?" You don't think that Jada went back and told Will that Chris Rock then slid up in her DMs? It probably wasn't DMs that she be. Oh, I mean, I'm horrible. It wasn't her DMs. I think she said it was a phone call, but still, regardless, you don't think that once they got back together, that she was like, you think don't people want me? Chris Rock will be, and then we're gonna talk about that. Even after the Oscar slap, people went. You can Google it. People went back and did a timeline of Chris Rock always having jokes against Jada. And so I was like, so Chris Rock was that little boy at elementary school who liked you, so he would hit you, and then people like them just love tap instead of telling the boy you don't put your hand on a girl. Anyway, that's society problem. I'm not gonna go there no more. But we ain't gonna talk about that either. We ain't gonna talk about that Chris Rock was a hater. He was a little feeling a little hurt because Jada turned down that date and the Will. So these are two men's now. We ain't gonna talk about these two men's behavior. We just gonna be calling Jada toxic, right? And then the things with Jada that she said about Tupac. Yeah. Oh, oh, I wish this doggone. I don't know how this stuff froze up like this. The stuff with Jada that she had ended up saying about Tupac. Everybody like, oh, she always making Will look bad. She always making Will look bad. This is everything that I'm gonna talk about when y'all gonna put me on game because I'm confused because I'm like I don't see Jada saying that stuff. I see other people saying interpreting what she said. What she says to I love Tupac. He was my friend. She have always said that they never had a romantic relationship. They never had SCX. That they was friends. They were like he was a true friend. She had love for him. Like one of her soulmates. Will said he was jealous of the relationship. But and I want to say Tupac never said that they was in a relationship. And I can't remember who it was because somebody else was like, I want to say maybe the movie about Tupac or something that was around Tupac during that time was like, oh, they making Jada a bigger role in his life than what she had. So I'm looking like, okay, so it's just social media and the fans out there who's always coming down on Jada about this love of her disrespecting her husband for Tupac because it don't seem like Jada disrespected her husband by saying this friendship that she had that one of her friends died and you still miss them. You're gonna talk about them in a good light and talk about y'all friendship in a good light. So her, oh yeah, I love my friend, blah blah blah. It's like how is that bad? I mean, unless this what's that the scary movie where Marlon got it in with the ghost. Unless she getting it in with Tupac Ghost, which I doubt because they didn't get it in while he was alive. Why is this? Yeah, I'm talking too much. I'm gonna get out of here because this computer ain't working. And I can't show y'all what I want to show y'all. But make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the all button so you can get the notifications when I go live. Also, if you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Tootie Talk Sense. I would say Twitter, but I guess it's X. Tootie Talks. And put y'all comments up in there so when I go live, I can hopefully address some of y'all comments, okay? And I can be back in y'all comments, talking back and forth with y'all until my computer start back acting right. But y'all have a good night. I'm out. Okay. Yeah, I had to get on my phone just to end it because it been it been going this entire time and I haven't been able to end it. So, like I said, I'm gonna come back and talk about the Jada and Will Smith stuff because now I am having technical issues and my computer decided to do an update on its own while I was live. Okay, so I'm gonna change the title and just hopefully I'll be able to cut out all that just dead air silence here. But y'all have a good night. I will catch y'all next time. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.